my kids was wild, especially the third one. And she would jump on the bed and hit the wall or run across of the hallway and hit the table. And what I do is I was like, she would come cry and then point it out. It's like, this hurt me. I was like, no, you hurt them. You better go sorry to the wall. Hi, welcome to Patta Empires. My name is Patta. I'm the immigrant, a restaurant owner, a mother, wife, and the empress. I didn't always feel this way. I was so lost in the past. This podcast will show you how I built and continue to build my empires. If you ever feel lost but you know you meant for more, I'm here to show you the outlook and skill for you to build your own empires. Welcome back to Patta Empires. And today, Katie, what do you have for me?
Hi, guys. Thanks for joining us. So the first thing we want to touch bases on is, what does it mean to be a mother to you? What is it like being a mother?
What is it like to be a mother? It's like, it seemed to be a joke that when I tell people, like, I'm not watching my kids, Kim does. Like, oh, I love to be a mother, but I just not the kind of mother that could be just watching the kids. I just like to be a mother who do the work and Kim could watch the kids. It's literally like they're not, because I spoil them. I don't yell at my kids, or I don't have like, I don't know, like they feel more comfortable to be around me, so they not super listen to me, but they listen to Kim more, so Kim could watch them better than I do. And it's, for example, like I can put every time when I wash my own kids, can't put them in nap time. It never happens. So I don't feel like I'm a person that could watch the kid. But at the same time, when I have my own kids and I know that I have a very wide life, like I mean, I love to party. I wasn't a kid that my dad would be expects me the way to be. I like to parties, but at the same time, like a lot of those things that I've been done, like I've been in front of people doing drugs or anything like that. And first questions I have on my life when I first start having a kid is like, how I'm gonna protect my kids forever, which is not. So by the way, when I was like, I love to party, but I don't like to drink until I get drunk, with just one thing, like if I'm gonna fucked up, let it come when I have a full conscious. So I basically like that. I just have like, I just don't want to do drugs, and it's just basically I don't trust myself enough. So if I don't trust myself enough that I'm gonna be strong and not stick with them forever, then I won't try them. Um so a lot of those things I was like, how I'm gonna have my kids grow up in the real world without like be involved with any of bad thing, like doing a drugs, be a drug sellers, or drinking doesn't have any, or got bully or whatever. It's like a lot of things that I've heard. So me, I would say that one thing that I could think of, and I could be wrong, is just teaching my kids to be very independent and be confident and be proud of who they are. And that's probably like, that's all I could think of.
It sounds like you lead by example, not only with your company, but with your kids. you are the example that you would hope that they would follow, it sounds like. What are some of your other...
Work hard.
Work hard. And you do, you take your kids come to work with you sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time about works, or sometimes like we would like it when we stop by at the restaurant. I would like they have a mentally that I want to work with mommy, um, and I because she's the same. I work a lot, and that's why they probably I want to go work with mommy. I want to go work with mommy. So sometimes I give them a towel, go clean tables. Go shake the trash can, like little things. Just have them involved, and then maybe have them understand this is your business. Like I every time when I have them here, I was like, okay, this is your business. You need to take care of it. Can you go clean table? Can you go take the trash? Or when they go to the meeting with me, I need to treat them as adults. Like, be quiet. You need like if she's what's making noise. Like last time when we went to meetings, and she doesn't seem to bothering other people, but for me after the meeting, I was like, okay, if you're gonna come work with me again in the meetings, you need to stop talking when other people is talking.
Other people definitely think she's endearing, but I can understand how you want her and you to be able to be focused.
Yeah. So, but then I very take care of them, very independent. Like I just like, oh, you have the magic. Like you could. I just have them to believe that okay, they could make things happen. There's some magic there. There's like I don't know, like maybe I'm not taking care of my kid, but like my babies, they would feed themselves. Like you got to feed themselves.
Well, your kids are happy, well fed, always looked after. So even if you aren't there doing all of those things during the day, you are being an attentive mother when you're there, and your kids are well taken care of. So
well, I need to give this credit to Casey and her mom, because like they was helping me a lot. Like at first when I and Kim really need to be active in the restaurant, it's just like we have to cook because no one can cook. Jamie, who is Casey mom, and Casey was like switch washing the kid for me. So the kid would go to daycare or school in the mornings, and then after hours, we're not working. We're not like in the restaurant business. We're not 9 to 5 people. So we work from like the business hour will be noon to 9, 11 to 9, stuff like that. So after school done at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, it's like that period of time we need to have somebody. So when I first opened Time Me Up, in the beginnings, I can't afford to pay extra people, and I don't know anyone in Seaside. So we'll keep the kid in the office. And my first kid, he was around like 2 years old at that time, and he's go to daycare, and he started to develop, and he know how to change clothes himself. And he like literally like it's just a week, 2 weeks that he don't know how to open the door, until the day that he know how to open the door, and get to the point that he was trying to change himself, take all the clothes up, open the door, and came out, and then run across of the restaurant naked. And so after that happened, I was like, well, we need somebody to watch. So I start asking the daycare, like, if you know anyone can watch the baby after hours. So that's how I met Casey. And that's until today. Like, this is the first year that Casey and her mom could take vacation at the same time. Like, I'm so blessed to have them around, because they wouldn't leave me dry and high. It's just like every time when their family gonna go somewhere, Casey would stay with me and help me with the kids, or it's always somebody. So as of right now, like since I and Kim don't have to be active in the restaurant, so Kim watched the kid with like Casey mom, which was the kid someday, and the day that she's work in the hospital, Kim would watch the kids, and then Casey would have her. She could work with me more than just watching the kids. So I'm so grateful to have them around.
What amazing team, and a big relief that you have somebody that loves your kids and is there for you and reliable.
Yeah. So my like I mean, I don't know what is your version of being a mother, but for me, just like I just want to build them to be super strong, like as strong as possible. They got to believe in themselves. They got to be proud of who they are. Especially like nowadays, people are judge other people, especially on social media, on how they look, how their profile look like, what other people talking about other people on social media. I feel like words today is pretty like it's a lot of information, but it's sometimes it's too fast information for if I hate you, I can just go brag in social media about you and I'm gonna have thousands of people that want to join that conversation and brag about you. Like I was one of that person that do it and I was one of that person that somebody else did it to me. So I mean, the end of the day, just like you just need to know who you are. You need to. I was to the point like if you're gonna talk shit about me because you don't know me enough, then it's not my problem. Like nowadays, that's the mentality you need to listen. Like sometimes people just wanna talk about other people's, and I grow up to the point that I could understand what's the worst, but when the little kids that grow up, especially they have a black hair or they Asians, like my third one look like a Chinese doors. And what happened is just like, what about if people make fun of her? And I was like, okay, guess what? I'm gonna make her bully. I'm not making her bully other people, but so my third one is very feisty. Like
Thick skin.
I know. I was like, if my kid would come to me like, this girl do this to me at school, was like, shame on you. You allow her to do it. If you don't, then fight back. Don't take my advice, but that's how I did. Um, my kids was why, especially the third one, and she would jump on the bed and hit the wall or run across of the hallway and hit the table. And what I do is I was like, she would come cry and then point it out. It's like, this hurt me. I was like, no, you hurt them. You better go sorry to the wall. And I did. Like she's
Love it.
no, like it's become her habit. Every time when she hit herself, I was like, if the table doesn't move to you and you move to the table, it's your fault. You need to go say sorry to the table.
Taking responsibility and accountability. Could you tell your viewers what your company is named after or who your
Ooh.
company is named after?
So when I first started the restaurant, right? So I start name corporation by my kid first name. So my first son Badin is Badin Corporations, and then Tantarin is second one. Badin means land, like, and then Tantarin means the rivers, and then Panari means like forest, jungle or whatever, and then my last one, my fourth one, not the last one, I want more. My fourth one, my fourth one, his name is Jakawan, mean the universe. And so we started name by their name until like the fourth locations, and then we doing two more deal and was like, I'm running out of name and I can't make kids on time. So he just use this different name. And on top of their first name, they have nicknames. So their nickname, the first one is Joe Nice, mean big boss. Xiao Nang means princess. Xiao Zhao means princess. And then Jiao Suo means big boss. So therefore, names start with Jiao. So it's come from Casey because she called my kid the Jiaos. There was like when my baby, actually my third one, Zhou Zhao, I named her Zhou Zhao, and when she started to go to daycare, and everyone in school would call her JJ, and it was like Casey. She still worked in the daycare back then. I was like, Casey, can you stop having people call my kid JJ? Her name is Zhao Zhao, and then no one called her JJ since then. So, and they called them the Zhaos because three of them would go to the same daycare for a long time until I have the fourth one. After the name of the kids, for you guys who try to build something that has a lot of meaning to you. It's like my kid is I'm all about the kids. So have some things that be around you that reminding you why do you have to do all of this for who. So for me, I'm building a business for my kids, for them to understand that when they grow up, this this is why I do all of this for them.
And then instead of getting tired, when you'll be reminded over and over again of your why you do this, and that has to bring so much motivation and determination. You also mentioned that you remind your kids this is your business and to take pride in it.
This is the real life. Like you either use the kids to push you fathers or use them as an excuse for you to be a failure. So
and that kind of plays into everything.
Yeah.
That could be even with the workout that you talked about in your previous podcast. You said, you could have either had an excuse or you could incorporate it.
Yep, it's your choice. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Patta's Empires. I hope you find it beneficial. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out the next episodes. And stay in touch with Patta's Empire in other platforms. Don't forget, stay humble, stay hungry.